Phil, congratulations on getting the job. Has it been a little bit tough, though, given the fallout from the tweets and everything, since you were appointed? Has it taken a bit of the gloss off it for you? It's
not taken any of the gloss off it. I suppose it has been difficult because when the announcement was made last Tuesday at 6 o'clock, I was obviously greatly excited and honoured to be named head coach of the women's national team, and then obviously the controversy surrounding that. But I think I dealt with that with my apology. The words that I used 2011, 2012 weren't right in 2018 and not right in 2011 and 12. I was Everton captain at the time, so it wasn't right. And looking back, I'm disappointed in myself. It's not a true reflection of me. Anyone that knows me knows the character, knows the way I've been brought up, and is anything but what I'm about.
There's a lot of strong voices in the women's game and beyond, really, are saying, one tweet in particular normalised domestic abuse, which is a serious charge.
Yeah, it was those particular words that I was disappointed with the most. I've got to say, because it was no way me poking fun, making joke of domestic violence, which is a serious subject in this country. It was relating to something between me and my wife whilst we were on holiday in Miami, a competitive sport that we were playing. But looking at it in isolation, it's not good, and that's why I apologise, and I apologise again today.
Does it show a lack of judgment on your behalf?
It was poor judgment at the time, yes, and that's why I apologised.
The other tweets were considered sexist. They probably were. Are you a sexist?
No, not sexist. Anyone that knows me, and I've had a lot of good people, friends, non-friends, come out and back my character over the last 5 or 6 days, which has been good. I think I always relate it back to the way that I've been brought up. I was brought up by my mother and father to respect women. I grew up in a house with my mum was the first woman to play football for the town team with boys. My sister is the England netball coach. I grew up on the side of a netball court, so I know the sacrifices that my sister has made and the challenges that she's had in her life to be successful. So by no means am I a sexist now.
The tweets obviously exist. Do you think they're likely down the line to cause you problems with anyone within your squad, with relationships within the England squad?
Well, when I addressed the team in La Manga last Tuesday, before the words came out and before it was announced that I was England manager, I did say to the team that I operate an open door policy, and I think that's really important. I communicate really well. It's one of my strengths. And and I said to them on the day, if anyone has a problem with anything that's happening within the squad, with anything I'm doing, please come and see me. I've had nothing but support since from the team, from individual players, and I will be meeting up with the team February the 25th to meet up for the She Believes Cup. I aim to get around and see all the players, maybe as individuals, maybe as groups, in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And like I say, I open my doors to anyone that has a problem. Come and see me.
The other noise around your appointment has been your lack of coaching experience per se, but specifically, obviously, within the women's game, which you've never been involved with before.
Yeah. Well, I actually don't accept that judgment, because we're talking about I'm head coach of an elite national team. I've worked with probably the best players in world football at Manchester United at elite level. I've gained every qualification that is possible. No other manager in the world has got more qualifications than me. So when I passed my UEFA Pro licence, it meant I could be a manager in both the men's game and the women's game. I've worked in La Liga. I've worked with the best players in La Liga. I've experienced big games. I've joint managed a team against Barcelona. At the time was the best team in world football. I think what I'm doing now is I'm manager of an England women's national team that want to become the best in the world, want to be elite. Well, I don't think there's a man better than me qualified at working with elite players at this moment in time for the women's national team.
Before the FA approached you, had you ever had any ambition to be involved in women's football?
I wanted to be a manager. I think when I wanted to be a manager, I never stigmatised it was women's or men's football. And I think the gap is closing unbelievably between the men's game and the women's game. Physically, technically, tactically. I switch on the telly. I work in the media at times, or I have done for the last 2 years, and I see England legends, former England women legends, working on BT, on BBC, on Sky, commentating on men's football, Premier League football, Championship, League One and League Two, and never for 1 minute do I think that them England legends shouldn't be doing that because they've not worked in the men's game. They're doing a really good job. They know their football, and I think when I'm head coach of the women's national team now, I'm coaching a women's team. I'm coaching a football team, and the messages that I'll be giving to my right back will be the same messages that I gave to Rafael da Silva or João Cancelo at Valencia. Lucy Bronze will get the same messages as Rafael da Silva and Antonio Valencia or João Cancelo. It's not different. It's a football pitch. The ball is the same size, and we will play with a certain style.
Short-term and long-term ambitions in this job?
Well, my ambition short-term is to obviously qualify for the World Cup and win the World Cup. I want to be a World Cup winner, and that's the opportunity in front of me. I'm lucky that I get to take over a team that are third in the world, so we've got a great opportunity to go to the World Cup in 2019 in France and win that competition. I want to be Olympic winner. I want to have a gold medal around my neck when we go to the Olympic Games, and I want to be a European Championship winner, and that is with the women's national team. So in terms of my short-term and long-term ambitions, they are all with the women's national team.
You said when you were appointed that this was good for your development. Does that mean you're seeing this as a pathway to something else?
No, I don't think it'll get much better than this. I think I'm at the pinnacle now. I'm working I'm the head coach of the women's national team. It's a prominent position, and when I said that I wanted to develop, I want to develop into a World Cup winning coach, an Olympic Games winning coach, a European Championship winning coach, not win a medal and then go off back to the men's game. I want to develop in this role, and I want my players to develop by winning, and I think that's the most important thing.
And just final question, Phil. In an ideal world, do you think the England women's football manager should be a woman?
I think the England women's national head coach should be the best person. I will be, and part of my vision is to work closely in developing women's coaches, women managers, working closely with the WSL managers, developing the women's game, and to make sure that the next time we come round to this process that we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 female coaches all going for this job, all with the right qualifications, all with the right level of experience, and that is part of my job. Yes, I've got to win football matches, and that's where I want to be judged, but there is twofold to this job. I want to take the women's game onto the next level, and that is developing grassroots and female coaches.